Hey, happy Wednesday, everyone. Hope you are doing well. It's the middle of the week, hump day, as many people call it, because we are at the top of the hump. We've been going uphill. Now we are going downhill towards the weekend. And it's a beautiful day. Hope it is with where you are. I'm sure it is. And this is In the Raw, unscripted, unpracticed, unedited conversation. And we are towards the end of the 10 commandments. We've been talking about each one of them every day. And today we are looking at the 9th commandment. So it's the second to the last. And it says, you shall not give false testimony against your neighbor. Don't give false testimony against anybody. Is basically what it's saying. So it forbids testifying falsely against someone, maybe in court or outside of court. And so this is something that I'm sure we've all experienced on either end of it, right? Where, we hear somebody talk bad about somebody else and saying things that are not necessarily true, or we have done it too, where we've talked to somebody else and we've said things about other people that are not true. And that's basically what this is saying. Don't say anything that's not true about somebody. Sometimes, we have different motivations. Sometimes we want to get back at somebody. Sometimes we have jealousy. Sometimes, we are driven by, just plain and simple hate, unfortunately. And we say things that are not true about somebody to slander them, to, put them down, to discredit them, and this is saying, don't do that. Don't talk to others about people in the wrong way. As much as we dislike somebody, as much as we are not able to tolerate somebody, we need to be responsible in a way we speak to other people about others. And this is so easy because we are in a very polarized time in history in our lives. Everybody has is taking sides. Politicians do it all the time. We just got through last year through elections, and every time there's an election, whether it's presidential or otherwise, there's candidates and they run against each other, and it's very easy to say something bad about them, about each other. And that just kind of opens up the floodgates for all of us as citizens to take sides and to start saying, yeah, that candidate, or the person that's in the presidency right now, or the person that is in office right now, they're this. We start slandering things. We don't know. We just go by what other people say. We go by what the media says, and we don't know. So I always say, and go by this. If you don't know, don't say it. If you don't have proof, don't say it. Sometimes it's so easy for us to say things without having proof, without knowing, right? And so it's very important. And I'm talking in a global context, but now, in our relationships with people that we know, people that we work with, people that we have an acquaintance with, and we might find ourselves saying things about them without knowing. And again, that would be false testimony. Because if we don't have proof, if we don't have anything to back it up, then we shouldn't be saying things. Just because somebody else said it, just because we think that's what it is. If you have something against somebody, the Bible also says this, go and talk to that person. Have a witness with you, somebody that will be mature enough, and have somebody or just go and talk to the person, say, hey, this is what I've noticed about you. This is what I've heard. I know who you are. And, we might not see eye to eye in certain things, but, this is what I've heard about you. It's much better to confront the person than to talk behind their back and saying things that are not true. So very, very interesting, very important, right? God gave this commandment for a reason, and it's still relevant, you know, thousands of years later. All right. Well, I hope you have an amazing rest of your week. We will talk to you soon.